Marzocco, USA. My most memorable encounter with Linea was at my first job working in coffee at a place called Lava Java in Ridgefield, Washington. And the owner had a very strict rule about not touching the machine until you were kind of green lighted. Everyone was going to some trade show for the weekend, and I had had this very serious talk with one of the employees or baristas about how I was going to have to be able to pull shots by this weekend where everyone else was taking off to go out of town. And I felt this pressure over me because I knew how important it was to have this training or knowledge before ever touching the machine, and here I was being told I was going to have to touch the machine. So did a little bit of light training, and was at a point where I was having to pull espressos. So I was working to be able to get competent or to get good at pulling espresso and practicing. And I asked one of my coworkers one night if I could pull a couple shots, 2 to be exact, to practice pulling espressos. And they greenlighted me. They were like, "Yeah, go for it. Pull a couple espressos." And so I pulled a couple espressos. And the owner of the business, Fung Tran, former United States barista champion, calls and asks how everything's going as I'm on one of my first shifts. And the barista I was working with said, "Oh yeah, Ryan's doing great. Pulled a couple espressos. They look great." And she was like, "Why did Ryan touch the machine?" So I get called into work the next day and got a very strong talking to. Was let go of. It was a very bittersweet moment for me, where I learned a very important life lesson about following rules, even when you're trying to do the right thing. And you know, a couple years later, I was really still interested in coffee, hadn't really given up, and the owner of the shop forgave me and actually offered me another job. But however, that was one of the very pivotal moments in my life. Was the sanctity of the espresso machine, the sanctity of the machine, and so it was precious. There was, yeah. That has stuck with me ever since, the importance of the espresso machine and how much it means to any espresso-based business, to the point of do not touch it or you'll suffer some consequences.